This air captive is usually out of sight and out of mind, living in the bilge of the boat, hidden away. Something you don't usually see. It's usually hidden behind cabinets and furniture and under floorboards.
My name is Michele Cazzaro. I'm the chief engineer in Harken, Italy. Harken Italy produce winches and pedestal system for Harken groups. And we are at the METS, the most important exhibition for leisure marine application and yachting.
My name is Mark Wiss. I'm based in Harken, USA at the Newport office, Rhode Island. My role at Harken is the director of our custom project business.
We like to present this new product line that we have developed in the last couple of years that represent an evolution of our captive line that already we have in our catalog. The name of this new winch family is Air Captive.
The idea for this product range came, as many ideas do, sitting around the table with a customer and a deck plan on the table, and thinking about how the best way we could manage the main sheet on a performance mega yacht. Typically, those solutions are managed by a traditional captive winch or a large hydraulic cylinder with a very long stroke and multiple purchase system built into the cylinder. So these were both complex and heavy solutions, and essentially we wanted to try to avoid that. And so we realized that the main sheet on this particular boat, the required amount of main sheet movement was quite small. And so the captive winch that we had could be modified in order to accommodate such a shorter stroke, and therefore reducing the weight and complexity of the system.
So the approach for this new development was try to figure out the best configuration of the drum and the exit line in order to minimize the overall weight and dimension. So despite the normal solution where we have the 90-degree deviation of the rope, so the rope is parallel to the drum axis, in that case we had decided to have the rope coming out straight out from the drums, and we have an asymmetric position, so we are very straightforward without any deviation, where we have the maximum working load, and then we have more deviation where we have less load, so where we have less rope stored on the drum. That have make much lighter all the feeder system that needs support much low load than compared to the traditional solution, first of all. And the second point, we are working also in the drum dimension, reducing in order to reduce the input torque need for the same load on the line. Also, the frame of the captive that support all the unit can become much lighter than the traditional solution. The other important development we did, instead of using a traditional industrial gearbox to transmit the torque from the motor to the drum, we designed a built-in APC gearbox where we have removed completely the housing made in cast iron, and the drum have built in directly the housing of the gearbox, and that's made a big impact on the overall weight. So right now we save mostly than half of the weight of the traditional solution, becoming much competitive with the other solution like hydraulics. This solution is specifically designed for some applications, and the best solution is when you have a limited rope to store, typically between 9 to 15 meters. That is the typical length that you have in the, for example, main sheet of boat between 90 to 120 footer, more or less. So in that case, that configuration become very interesting in terms of weight and dimension required on the edges.
Yeah, the yacht designers really appreciate this solution because space below deck is a premium, and so the less space that the sailing equipment can take down below is more space for the owner and the crew to live and spend below decks.